Hello and welcome to the Destiny Global Live Success Tip, where we are live every couple of weeks and we are bringing you tips to help you succeed. My name is Carmen and I am one of the trainers with Destiny Global. And tonight, I'm so excited to talk to you about this topic because we here at the company, here at Destiny Global, we are passionate about helping you make more so that you can do more, helping you live your dream life. And this one right here, I know this is one of those tips that literally you can take and apply it like as soon as we're done and see an immediate result. And these are simple things that most of the rest of the population is not doing. It hasn't even occurred to them to do. So it's going to give you an immediate edge. So if you find anything valuable in tonight's content, make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to share it. Listen, we live in a world where people need to make more. People are depressed. They are not living the life they want to live. Their marriages are in trouble. They're not happy in their career. Depression is at an all-time high. And you never know if you sharing this tip could be the catalyst, could be the thing that helps them break through, bust through their limiting beliefs, what has been stopping them, and get on the other side of it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. So tonight we're going to be talking about three different keys, ways to get a raise on the job. And so if you are an employer, if you have a company, this would definitely be something I would share with your people. And so if you are employed at all, or if you work with a team of people, the first thing that you've got to understand is your boss right now is looking for the next superstar. Your boss wants to give you a raise. They want to give somebody a raise. Why? Because a raise is normally an indication that somebody's doing a good job, that that the value they're bringing has exceeded the pay they're getting. That's typically when a raise happens. When a layoff happens, or when a demotion happens, or when someone gets fired, that's typically when the owner feels, or the company feels, or your boss feels like what they're paying you, it's not even. They're not getting in return what they're paying you to do. And so that a lot of times is what can happen there. And so often a boss can get a bad rap of, they're just the boss, they want to hog all their money for themselves. And yeah, that can exist. But by and large, with the CEOs, the entrepreneurs that we worked with, that is typically not the case. I can remember being a boss, like one of the greatest things was being able to give somebody a raise, calling them in and telling them they've done such a good job that they got this much of a raise or this much of an increase. Like that, it makes your day because it makes the day of the person getting the raise, but it also makes the day of the person giving the raise. So let's dive in. These three things, for those of you that are going to apply them, holy freaking cow, you are going to see a difference. Your boss is going to see a difference, and long-term, your bank account will see a difference from the raise. So number one, take initiative. Take initiative. This is something that is hugely lacking with employees these days. And there's a term that we use at Destiny Global, and lots of times we will teach on this. We'll teach a whole section called Employeepreneur at First Steps to Success. Why? Because we know that we have a lot of employees in the room that want to get a raise, that want to get a promotion. And unfortunately, in today's world, most jobs come with a job description. And most employees are trying to do the least amount of work to not get fired. Most employees are trying to just check the bare minimum boxes so that they get paid, they don't get fired, and just skate under the radar. So when you do everything that is on your job description, when you do everything that is expected of you, everything that is required from you, and then you go above and beyond, holy freaking cow, it sets you apart like crazy. And then there's levels to everything, right? So when you not only do everything that's expected of you, so that's meeting expectations. But then when you take initiative, now you're not just meeting expectations, now you are exceeding expectations. And so I always tell any employees that I'm working with, listen, do all your job to the best of your ability. Don't just check the boxes. You want to over deliver. not underdeliver, not just meet expectations, but exceed expectations. That when your boss sees the job you're doing, they're like, wow, who is this guy? Who is this girl? Who are they? What do they do? We've got to find more for them to do. They've got to get a raise. That when there's a meeting behind closed doors, there's names that come up for layoffs and for raises. That yours is on the raise side, not the layoff side. That your name is being spread around the company for the bar you are setting, right? And so take initiative. And one of the things that take initiative means is when you see a need, fill it. In so often employee world, inside of corporate America, inside of the workplace, there's a it's not my job attitude. And it's not my job attitude, that's not my job. Those are the first people that get laid off when it comes to crunching numbers. Those are the first people whose hours get cut. So let's talk about what does take initiative look like? Well, if you're walking around and there's a piece of trash laying on the ground, does it matter if it's your job to pick up the trash? No, someone who takes initiative sees a piece of trash and they pick it up. If you walk in the bathroom and the toilet is disgusting, it doesn't matter if it's your job to clean the bathroom. What if you saw a need, you took initiative and you cleaned up? What if you got your work done for the day and instead of scrolling social media or making your shopping list or doing personal things or texting with your BFF or your boyfriend, what if you went to your boss and you were like, hey, I got this done. What else? Is there anything I can take off of your plate? Is there anything that I can help with? Is there anything that needs to be done around the office? I have extra time and I want to be able to serve. So what can I do? What would make your day better? What would make your day easier? What is it? And then do whatever that is to the best of your ability. And so when you start becoming known as somebody who relieves stress, who solves problems, versus somebody who adds stress and creates problems, do you see the difference? One has high value. One is going to be the person getting promoted and getting raises. The other one is going to be the person making excuses on why everything's unfair and nobody likes them. Okay, so take initiative. This is like a little bonus tip. Make your boss look good. Make your boss look good. Anytime you can make your boss look good, you naturally look good. So, but again, most people don't want to make their boss look good because they've got an ego the size of Texas and they're like, my boss is a jerk. I don't want to make him look good. Well, if making your boss looks good makes you weigh your ego with your bank account and see which one weighs more. Because if you can make your boss look good, holy freaking cow, your bank account is going to be bigger. You're going to get a raise. You're going to get a promotion. It's just really that simple. Obviously, take initiative, bring in business. Bring in business, whether it's your job or not. Share the company on your social media. Talk about them to your friends. If they have a promotion, anybody who's bringing the company business adds value. And I know everybody out there right now that is an employer, or you have a company, or you have employees, they're sitting there going, yes, oh my gosh, if I had 100 employers in front of me and I were to ask them, if we just stopped right here, and I didn't even give you tip 2 or 3, and I said, how many of your people do this? Most of them would say none, almost none. And then if I said, what would happen if somebody that worked for you did this? Almost all of them would say they would get rewarded. They would get a raise. Eventually, they would get promoted. And so I'm telling you, when you start doing this, it gives you the edge over all the other employees that you were competing against inside of your company. All right. Number 2, maintain a positive attitude. Be the person who brings, who, there's 2 types of people. There's the one who brightens the room by leaving. Like, you leave and the atmosphere gets brighter. We all know those people, right? Like, they leave and it's like everyone can, it's all better now, right? Then there's the other type of person that they actually brighten the room when they walk in. Because attitudes are contagious. Is yours worth catching? Do other people want to be around you? Is your attitude, because again, attitudes are contagious. So if you have a good attitude, that's going to rub off on other people. If you have a bad attitude, that's also going to rub off on other people. And so having a good attitude is priceless. Being a glass half full kind of person is priceless. Raising, up leveling, and when you have a good attitude, you are not only raising your game. By the way, a good attitude is a reflection of a choice, not of the circumstances. We will never be able to control the circumstances that happen to us and around us. We can't control people. We can't control their customers. We can't control our boss. Bosses can't control the employees. You can never control what happens. What you can control, the only thing you can control, is not the circumstance, but what you do with the circumstance. See, anybody can have a good attitude when everything's going their way. Anybody can have a good attitude when it's the best day ever, when you're getting a raise, when you're getting promotions, when everything's just going your way. But it takes the heart of a champion to have a good attitude when the crap's hitting the fan. When you have a disgruntled customer, when you have a disgruntled employee, when you get a complaint, when you just typed out a document and it didn't save, autosave wasn't on. That's when you have to muster up and make a choice that, no, I'm going to choose to have a good attitude despite the crap storm that I'm currently in. And so having a good attitude, and that also includes not gossiping. Don't get involved in company politics. Be somebody who chooses to see the glass half full. Be somebody who brings joy. Be somebody who finds a reason to encourage and to be thankful for your job. I want you to imagine walking into your workplace tomorrow and going up to the boss, going up to the CEO and just saying, hey, it's Wednesday and I just wanted, I guess today's Wednesday. It's Thursday. I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you for this opportunity to work here. I don't know what all you had to go through to start this company, but I'm sure it was a lot. And I just really appreciate the opportunity to work with you and with the company and represent the company. And just thank you. Your boss would freaking fall frick over probably. Like they would just be like, wait, what? Because it never happens. People are like, I'm not going to do that. I would be a suck up. I would be a brown noser. What, are you not thankful? Are you not thankful that this person, you get a paycheck from them every single week or every other week or whatever the case is? It doesn't make you a brown noser to go say thank you. It makes you a good human being, right? It makes you a good human being. All right, number 3, and our last and final point, keep learning. Keep learning. 98% of the population, they stop learning after high school and college. They go to high school, they graduate, they get their diploma, and they stop learning. Or they go to college, they get their degree, and then they're done. But let me ask you, does the world stop? Or is the world always changing and evolving? Markets are changing and evolving. People are changing and evolving. And if you don't continue to grow, if you don't continue to evolve, then the company you're working for will outgrow you. And somebody newer and hungrier will come in. Most people will learn all the way up until they get the job they want or they get the career they want. And as soon as they get the thing they were chasing, they stop. And they somehow think, I've arrived and I can stop learning. No, that is a huge mistake. You've always got to be learning. You've always got to be increasing your value. Always got to be making sure that you are on the cutting edge of whatever it is you're doing, that you have never arrived. I can remember being a young entrepreneur and I heard about the concept of personal development, of learning, of always growing. And I heard the phrase, if you're green, you're growing. If you're ripe, you're rotten. And that phrase, like some things are taught and some things are caught. And that phrase, it just really stuck with me. And I was like, yeah, if I'm green, I'm growing. If I'm ripe, I'm rotten. So if I'm always growing and always evolving, that's a good thing. If I'm ripe and I somehow think I know it all and I've arrived, because you're never staying the same. You're either moving forwards or you're moving backwards. You've got to keep evolving. Otherwise, you become irrelevant and somebody else will come in and replace you. We see it happen all the time. It's like certain hair salons, right? Like what was on trend 15 years ago when someone went to hair school is not what's on trend now. And so if someone went to hair school 15 years ago and they have not continued to evolve their know-how, their knowledge, their skill, then you go into their salon, they're going to be doing things the way they did it 15 years ago. Well, you and I both know there's better ways to do hair now. There's better chemicals, better processes, everything has evolved in the hair industry. So if someone doesn't stay on top of what has happened, they get left behind. They get surpassed. And then normally what happens is that hairdresser says, oh, it's all these young and up and coming TikTokers. That's what these people want nowadays. No, they just want someone who knows what's current, what's on trend, what's not, how to do it. And it doesn't matter how old you are, you can always keep up with what is on trend. You can always keep up with the evolving process that whatever it is in your industry. So my point is, invest in yourself, increase your skill. So many of our clients have caught this vision and they are already registered for our training event called First Steps to Success, which is taking place August 11th, 12th, and 13th. And this is a 3-day event where we are literally walking you through so many of the keys, how to get unstuck, how to break glass ceilings, how to get rid of once and for all self-sabotage and limiting beliefs, how to grow your influence, how to become the best communicator in the room. Imagine if you had the skill to communicate with anybody, anytime, anywhere, even those people that rub you the wrong way. We teach you how to grow your business in any economy, how to create loyalty with your clients so that they're so loyal that they will only do business with you and they will also refer everybody they know, how to pay off all of your debt in 5 to 7 years, including your mortgage, an employeepreneur section at most events where we're showing you, if you're an employee, hey, here's some advanced things, here's some things you can go back and do on how to get a raise. We have businessmen and women that bring their employees to the events. Why? Because they want to see their employees grow. They want to see their staff learn and evolve because they know that and they sit side by side, CEO next to his assistant, learning together how to grow the company. And so these 3 things right here, number 1, take initiative. Number 2, maintaining a positive attitude. Number 3, keep learning. These 3 things, one of these things alone would help you get a raise. These 3 things combined, holy freaking cow, like unstoppable. Someone's going to get promoted. Someone's going to get a raise. Why not you? Don't be the person who's blaming everybody and anything else. Everybody, everything, the economy, the this, the that, my boss. No. Be the person who hears this and says, you know what? I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to have a good attitude tomorrow no matter what happens. I'm going to take initiative no matter what happens. I'm going to keep learning no matter what happens. And so anyway, we will post the link down below for First Steps to Success. We have live in-person tickets. We still have some of those left. And then we also have virtual tickets available. You can go to that link, get your spot reserved. That's August 11th, 12th, and 13th in Atlanta, Georgia. If you want your back half of the year to be explosive, if you want to totally kick it up a notch, if you want to level up wherever it is you're at, then you need to make sure you are there. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. We will be back live in 2 weeks with another success tip, and we will be actually live tomorrow morning for Coffee with Ken. Thanks for watching.